This illustration deals with fixture wire in accordance with 240.5B as in boy, 2, item 1, through item 6. The purpose of this change was to provide a new revision, and this revision has been made to clarify that fixture wire shall be permitted to be tapped to the branch circuit conductor up to 50 foot, and we're talking about 50 foot of a run length for number 18 conductors, and connected to 15 amp to a 20 amp outlet up to 100 foot length of wire, number 16 conductors, which connects to a 15 or 20 amp breaker. Now, notice, first of all, let's look at the left of the conduit coming into the makeup box, and notice first it's a 20 amp circuit. It's a branch circuit with number 12 wire in accordance with 210.23A. So we bring those number 12 conductors from a 20 amp overcurrent device into this makeup box. Then we tap with a fixture whip enclosing the conductors there, as you see. And notice this GF is a half size in diameter. It's a half maybe Greenfield, which is flexible metal conduit. It's number 18 wire, and since this is a tap for a fixture, 410.117C says it has to be at least 30 inches up to 6 foot, and then notice you don't have to support it. If you use grounding fittings, you're done. You wouldn't even have to pull equipment ground without you want a redundant ground per code. Then notice you have your suspended ceiling grid and your fluorescent fixture set there. You can use earthquake clips there, you know, or they may want you, the authority having jurisdiction, to use a fixture wire to support that fixture in addition to the fixture wire that supports the grid. Now, I recommend that you see table 210.24 in the NEC, and all this is outlined. I mean, up to 50 amp circuits. You know, it starts at 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, and goes up to the where you could have those circuits run with overcurrent protection to the makeup box and then make your taps, you know, there based upon the size of the circuit. Now, we want to take a look at the fixture wire down here, and it shall be permitted to be protected by the overcurrent device of the branch circuit if sized and selected by 250.5B2 and complies with the following. Now, you can find this information also in table 210.24, but 15 or 20 amp circuits, number 18 up to 50 foot. Boy, that's a long distance, isn't it? But you're tapping, and they'll do this a lot, you know, in outside standards sometimes. Now, 15 or 20 amp circuits, 16 gauge wire up to 100 foot, tap to that number 12 wire. A 20 amp overcurrent device, number 14 or greater, 30 amp overcurrent device, number 14 or greater. But say that you had a 50 amp circuit here. You had a 50 amp overcurrent device ahead of it. You had 75-degree terminals, so you could use number 8, good for, you know, for 50 amps to here. And then notice you could use number 12 to make that tap. But notice this gives you the permission to do that. But going to table 250.24 that you see to the right of the fixture, it says also C, you can get all these tap rules listed right there. Size of the overcurrent device, the conductors, the tap, all that. So I just you use that, and you don't have to look at 210.21, 210.23, and 210.24 and get a summary of all these branch circuit rules. But what this is dealing with in your 240.5B2 items 1 through 6 is dealing with the taps that you could make from this fixture wire, or I'm not saying fixture wire, that's the wrong thing, from your branch circuit tapping with your fixture wire. So we're saying please see 240.4D and E and the NEC for these rules. Now notice the taps that we look at is in 240.4E, and that deals with taps, and 240.4D, and then 240.2 describes what a tap is. It's got to be on the load side of the circuit, meaning there's an overcurrent device ahead of it, and that's described to us in 240.2 for fixture wire. So now, kind of looking at the calculation, sizing fixture wire, 240.5B2, you have a 20 amp overcurrent device, and that would permit number 18. In a lot of these areas, the authority having jurisdiction won't allow that. They'll say if you have a 20 amp circuit, that's number 12 wire all the way. That includes the branch circuit and the tap. Some say, yeah, if you have a 15 amp overcurrent device, that's number 14 for the branch circuit conductors plus the tap. But if the authority having jurisdiction permits it and there's not a problem, then notice I could have a number 12 wire with a 20 amp overcurrent device in the conduit running to the tap box. And then that tap could be number 18 up to 50 foot, number 16 up to 100 foot. And that's what they wanted to point out here, because there were problems where the authority having jurisdiction may not be aware of this, or even the electrician in some cases. So we hope that problem has been alleviated with this revision.